Yes, guys, we are finally back. We finally made it to another reaction on the one and only Mystelics reaction. Guys, big up on yourself for definitely tuning into these vibrations, brothers and sisters. I might be dropping a second one today. Of course, that link will be in the first comment in the comment box below, of course, a bit later on, if that be the case, brothers and sisters. But welcome, like I indicated before. Don't forget to click the like button, brothers and sisters, helping the algorithm to push these videos further and further out there. And of course, subscribe if you've not done so yet. Subscribe, click the bell, click all so you'll be notified when I drop all my videos, as well as helping this channel to grow further and further in that regard. Right there, brothers and sisters, we are back with another vibrations, for which we have this thing right there, none other than bringing it out by none other than Mr. Henry Shillingford, and of course the lawyer in Dominica, pretty much talking about ROSEAU and the vibrations in ROSEAU and the aesthetic of ROSEAU, so to speak. Right there, brothers and sisters, so we gotta get into that vibrations right there. So this most likely is part 2. I know you guys saw the previous one right there. He's a ghost. Oh, he come out. Too bad I didn't see him in the beginning. Yeah, he wasn't there. Oh, I know what. He probably come out from behind the camera. Okay, let's continue.
Welcome to part 2 of our tour of ROSEAU.
Yes, sir.
Last time we went that way.
Guys, give a thumbs up for the chapeau pie, the thing on top of his head. Brothers and sisters, give a thumbs up for that. Right here.
To the entrance to ROSEAU, to Central and the Bayfront. Now we're going to go around on the other side of ROSEAU to High Street, and we'll show you some institutional holdings of property and what they've been doing to it, and so you'll decide about the quality. There's quite potential, but let's see what's available. So follow me and let's look around ROSEAU. It's Friday afternoon, May 31st.
So May 31st, brothers and sisters, I think this is around 4 p.m.
2024.
You can see some people are just leaving around right there. So.
And just as a side note, for those historians, this was actually a wrought iron fence that was built by a certain John Shillingford back in the early 1800s. And
that means your family were doing a number of things, because this is not the first time I'm hearing you talking about the Shillingford family. And he's a Shillingford as well, Henry Shillingford. So seems like probably your grandparents or your people who have gone before you were doing a number of things. As you can see, he's not a young person. He's young, but not that young, brothers and sisters.
It's still here.
So I'm guessing his family members
know,
helped this thing right
there. The building was burnt in the 74 riots, the same time that Nassif was burnt. So this is the really, people should know this is part of the rebellion, the rebel history of Dominica, which is quite astounding and little known.
Compared to what is today versus what was happening back then. Guys, we are falling from grace, man. My goodness. It's one thing when you're not sure and you're hearing certain things and the people are retaliating against what they're hearing, versus you actually seeing what is happening in Dominica, brothers and sisters. You've seen it for yourself and people are afraid, are scared.
And quite formidable when compared with the rest of the Caribbean islands in our battle against colonialism.
So battle against colonialism versus battle against our own selves, brothers and sisters. The people we let who look like us. It's very interesting when you find out certain things that deals with well, let me just leave that alone, brothers and sisters. We'll continue. If you want to know the different vibes, let me know that in the comment box below, guys.
The forces of external things driving us. So here we have, this is the wall of the Parliament building. So from the corner to here, it's all government owned, going back all the way to the Anglican Church. The government house.
This house was I think the pink house you see, Parliament, I think that's there, was renovated.
This is the Wasco. This is the Wasco.
They made it pink. I don't get it, but okay.
Wasco, which is a company, but all the shares are owned by government. I presume they may have done the formal thing and transferred the ownership in terms of a title, but this is all government land. So this is all institutional holding.
So I remember in the video was asking questions. Well, yesterday when we did the interview, brothers and sisters, by the way, I'll post this the podcast we did yesterday. If you guys missed it, I'll post it in the description below. We're actually trying to figure out what ROSEAU and DOM, like these kind of things. The National Bank, is it owned by the government and these kind of things there. Back in the day, well, for those who don't know, back in the day, since 2003, the National Bank of Dominica was actually state-owned. Then it was privatized after 2003. So yeah, but ROSEAU, DOM, like these things, there's a number of it's pretty much shares, but the government is pretty much the largest shareholder in these companies, and as a result, they have a big stake in what happens with these companies. So that's another thing to point out right there, which of course you just indicated.
And so you come up to here, which is inland revenue. But all of this, the building behind there, and behind that wall you see in the that white wall you would see in the background over there is the wall of government yard. And so all of this is government property. I don't know if you want to, so all of this is government property that we work on. And what's happening is this is inland revenue. You know, the most formidable receipt for VAT and other things. And then you have the traffic office. This is the police yard. So you can see the police vehicles.
I went inside there, my brothers and sisters. I tell you, man, I don't know. In these modern times we live in brothers and sisters, we Dominica backward, Dominica backward inside this inland revenue, a place where taxis and those kind of things there, you know. And then you have, I don't know, traffic department, I don't know. It's like
a really unused building.
Dominica just surviving, man. Just surviving, trying its best to survive. Easy head tie. But you realize a number of these places, especially in these areas, have been stone built. You realize this, guys, with the wall, even stone built. I think they try to, maybe this was broken down or something, and they try to redo it of sorts. But going further back, you saw a number of the places have a lot of stone walls. Well, forget that. That don't fix.
All of this is by and large not used. We can see an inspector watching us. But as you can see, this yard, we'll be passing this way again, but let's just pass through this yard to see the level of, you know, what we're using for property in ROSEAU. So this is a parking lot. As I told you, that where those trees are, etc., is government yard. Where those trees are, etc., government yard. But as the cameraman pans off to our left, you can see all of this, these garages and all of those buildings. This is all part of government property. All up back in here. We'll be passing here later. That's the printery. So just to get a sense of...
The printery, oh, that is what the printery is?
All of this is government holdings.
Wait, what is it there?
These garages and all of those buildings. This is all part of government property. All up back
I see
here.
something
We'll be passing here later.
there.
That's the printery. So just to get a sense of...
Where's that Dominica Legion? What? Dominica Legion. What? Maybe council are there? I checking what Dominica Legion. If you know what Legion is, brothers and sisters, it's a set of demons together. That's what Legion is. That's what I thought was there. Maybe maybe legal counsel.
Back in here, we'll be passing here later. That's the printery. So just to get a sense of
LEG. Legion that day. Guys, what are they now? What are they? Talk to me.
All of this is government holdings. They built this here.
It is Legion. Dominica Legion.
It stands for Youth and Sports and Community Development.
Probably a word missing there. Probably a word missing there. Because RSL doesn't make sense.
And then this is the Youth Development Division.
Looking like it closed down, eh?
So these are all
looking like it haven't opened in a while too.
Government stuff.
Yeah, that looking like it doesn't use. Well, when you look at the youth brothers and sisters. What has the government done for the youth, really and truly? What? Can anybody tell me what the government of Dominica has done for the youth of Dominica? Apart from giving them scholarships for them to go overseas. Well, even that self is another issue, because people right now have to try to see if they can send themselves to school.
Across the street, you will see that this is where ACS property, and then this is what you see local poorer people doing with their property.
It seems like what people doing with their property much better than what the government doing with their property. We look at people's property and versus the government property. I think, come on. I mean, come on. What is this now? Anyways, look at the youths. Look, boy.
Poorer people doing with their property.
Yes. What's nice, boy?
This is just the other side of ROSEAU, guys. That's like at the back of the cemetery region.
If you will notice that we continue on the left side, and that is still continuing to be government property.
Oh, that is government property.
This is the old
Nothing's been done there.
Dominica Club. All behind here is,
I'm guessing there used to be a basketball area.
I don't know how much y'all are seeing, but that is now all government owned. This was, as we continue around the corner, you will see it. But you will see there's tea cars on the other side. People are struggling to make their homes, but they're keeping, I know this is a very nice but old one.
Yeah.
This lot has been empty for years over here, but there's somebody in the back who has the house. Now,
That's at least that's a nice looking house.
as we get near the corner, this is one of the strangest traffic routes in Dominica. There's a major route, but it's a tiny street, and as you can see, the traffic is this Friday afternoon. So all the traffic is trying to get away. This would be the bypass of ROSEAU, which is what we had planned. There's another piece that we will do on the ROSEAU link. But the whole point was to bypass ROSEAU, because there's a lot of traffic that has to pass through ROSEAU, but it's really not going to ROSEAU, which is going further north. So it would ease up a lot of the congestion in ROSEAU, which the economy has eased up anyway at some level, but all of this is still all government-owned property.
So what is the government doing? This is, I don't know.
Bought this for over $5 million.
They bought this for $5 million.
Some 10 years ago, from the Dominica Club. This is the old building. This was supposed.
Boy, they're looking like them kind of thing. The count, you know, the count, the vampire. They're looking like what vampires are staying.
Supposed to be.
That definitely looks like a vampire house, guys. Real talk. So they bought this for $5 million, from my understanding what he's saying right there. And that's what this is used for.
You're not for a good day, man. You can pull up there.
I wonder if the vines that we've seen on the wall is part of the aesthetic, brothers and sisters. The nature isle, remember the nature isle, preserving the nature isle of sorts? Is that this aesthetic that we're looking at there? And the houses with the vines, maybe to preserve. Well, I don't know about preserving, no, because we do preserve the ancient library of ROSEAU.
Yo, you don't see that man do that. Yo, so all of here, property. I tell you, this corner is insane. because you have other traffic coming down here. And
I think they did, guys, really and truly, I think they cleared that area. I think they recently cleared that area. It seems like after this video went up, they recently cleared that area for some reason. You guys can let me know if I'm thinking of it properly, accurately. Yeah, I think they cleared out this area. Because I think when I was passing there some time ago, I think I was asking myself that question. Is either there or somewhere else? But I think it's there.
All around here you have the same government property. This is all institutional property.
So I think they definitely cleared that area. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I think they cleared that area.
Which has been owned.
Because this video was made May 31st. And there are so much things around ROSEAU that need to be checked, brothers and sisters. This is the capital city of ROSEAU. The capital city, man. Not pimp up the areas, do different things to organize. We can, well, Dominica probably don't have money. Well, that's what the officials are saying. They don't have, Dominica don't have money, but the officials are raising their salaries. All of them. Even to the point I hear that some officials who are actually not supposed to be officials, they are considered government advisors, are being paid to do absolutely nothing. But what I know.
For the Dominica Club, since government has been government, and then you have, as you come to the end of what was Dominica Club development. Now remember, these are the bourgeois section of our society which received, a number of them which received money, which is a former white club. The white-only club. Now let's go here.
White-only club, so racism in Dominica.
Out of the traffic. So we can have some discussion about the social responsibilities of people. Because everything is in the open now. I mean, all this property was bought.
I never knew that area then, huh?
Maybe 21 individuals who were pretty well do in the society. And yes, they received $5 million for this 10-year with interest and so on. It's well over $6 million. So do you think it's fair that they as members of the club would have inherited this thing, and since they were the last members, and this was a white-only club, this was for years from 1901 to 1960 something, it was a white-only club. And they now was benefited from the increase of that property. So this property is worth $6 million. Do you think it's fair that there was no social activity done from that sector of the society, from the money they received? And that's what I put out to the audience. Okay, so this is where the cemetery, it's fair that there was no social activity done from that sector of the society, from the money they received. And that's what I put out to the audience. Okay, so this is where the cemetery starts. We're going to take another route through the cemetery, if you don't mind, because of the traffic.
Guys, you know what?
And then
it seems like we're going to be continuing right there. That might be in the next video, brothers and sisters. So tune in for that. Hopefully today, a bit later on, if I can get it in time, brothers and sisters. So I'm just going to post this video right there. Let me know your thoughts on the things that you're saying right there. The vampire spot, which apparently millions of dollars went into that structure. Nothing seems to have happened as a result of it. Nothing, you know. Just we found the white-only club in ROSEAU, brothers and sisters. Can you imagine? As he was saying that, a thought came to mind. Can you imagine people from strange lands come to your country, to the Caribbean country, they overtake it, and then they decide, hey, okay, we bring you there, we bring you our servants for us, and nobody else can come in. This is our spot. Nobody else can come in here. White only club, brothers and sisters. So if you're not white, you're not supposed to be there. What would be the consequence if you actually there now, brothers and sisters? Now, the reason why I'm pointing this out is because it seems like right now Dominica is DLP only club. Whatever DLP says goes, what they want to put goes, and nobody else should stand against it, brothers and sisters. The same way we seen certain things back in the days, the same kind of thing we seen in a different format, but it's the same. And if it's the same, brothers and sisters, the people need to take a stand and say, hey, it's not a white only sport. This is not Skerrit only sport. This is not DLP only sport, brothers and sisters. This is Dominica only sport. And we are welcoming others into it to also bask into its presence and its glory, to enjoy in each isle for what it is. We are seeing the same thing. We used talking about the white only club, brothers and sisters. The same set of sentiment we see in what happened back then is the same thing we're seeing today. And then they bringing down the people, they weakening the minds of the people, man. That is truly a sad state of affairs. I'm not gonna lie about it. Truly a sad state of affairs. Anyways, brothers and sisters, what are your thoughts, man? I will be doing the second one in this, because I've had to do the second one with this one. I think it's
okay. We are.
Yeah, I think it's this one.
Okay, we're just now leaving. We're leaving the cemetery.
Okay, guys. So we'll get, that is the next one right there, I think. So we'll get back into this one in the next video. So tune in for that one right there, brothers and sisters. I think it's vital that we learn. I myself didn't know a number of things, and of course we're learning together. That's the whole point in that regard right there. So keep a look on these vibrations, brothers and sisters. Give this video a thumbs up, and see you guys in the next one on this here channel right there. It's about Mystelics once again. Be real, salute the king, be positive.